If you've ever watched a war movie, followed a military documentary, or seen soldiers standing in perfect formation, you've probably noticed the stripes, bars, leaves, and stars on their uniforms. Those symbols are not decoration. They represent authority, responsibility, leadership, and experience. They tell a story before a single word is spoken. In the United States Army, rank is more than a title, it is the backbone of order, discipline, and mission success. Welcome to her battlefield legacy. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Your support keeps these powerful military stories and breakdowns coming. The U.S. Army rank structure is divided into three main categories: enlisted soldiers, warrant officers, and commissioned officers. Each group plays a critical role in the functioning of the Army. Together, they form a chain of command that stretches from the newest recruit all the way to the highest-ranking general. We begin with the enlisted ranks. These are the backbone of the Army, the warriors, technicians, and specialists who carry out the mission on the ground. The first rank is private, abbreviated as E-1. This is where every enlisted soldier begins. A private has no insignia. They are fresh from basic combat training, learning discipline, teamwork, and the core values of the Army: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. At this stage, soldiers are absorbing information, learning to follow orders, and building the foundation of their military career. Next is Private E2. This rank shows a single chevron. Soldiers at this level have gained a bit more experience. They understand basic tasks and are becoming more confident in their roles. Then comes Private First Class, or PFC E3. With one chevron and a rocker beneath it, a PFC has proven reliability and competence. They are no longer brand new. They are expected to perform tasks with minimal supervision. The rank of Specialist E4 is unique. A specialist has the same pay grade as a corporal but is not a non-commissioned officer. The specialist insignia features an eagle inside a shield. Specialists are technical experts. They focus on their job skill rather than leadership responsibilities. Corporal E4, however, is the first true non-commissioned officer, or NCO. Corporals wear two chevrons. Unlike specialists, corporals have leadership authority. They may lead small teams and are responsible for training junior soldiers. Sergeant E5 wears three chevrons. This is where serious leadership begins. A sergeant is typically in charge of a squad or team. They enforce standards, mentor soldiers, and ensure missions are carried out effectively. The sergeant is often considered the backbone of Army leadership. Staff Sergeant E6 wears three chevrons and one rocker beneath. A staff sergeant leads larger squads and has more administrative responsibility. They manage training schedules, discipline, and operational readiness. Sergeant First Class E7 adds another rocker beneath three chevrons. This rank represents senior NCO leadership. A sergeant first class is often a platoon sergeant, advising lieutenants and ensuring that dozens of soldiers are mission ready. Master Sergeant and First Sergeant are both E8 ranks. Master Sergeant focuses more on operations and logistics at the company or battalion level. First Sergeant, identifiable by a diamond in the center of the insignia, is the senior enlisted advisor at the company level. The First Sergeant is deeply involved in the welfare, morale, and discipline of soldiers. At the top of the enlisted ranks is Sergeant Major E9. There are several variations: Command Sergeant Major and Sergeant Major of the Army. A Command Sergeant Major serves as the senior enlisted advisor to commanders at battalion level and above. The Sergeant Major of the Army is the highest enlisted rank in the entire Army, serving as the senior enlisted advisor to the Army Chief of Staff. Now we move to warrant officers. Warrant officers are technical experts and specialists. They bridge the gap between enlisted soldiers and commissioned officers. Their insignia consists of bars with squares. Warrant Officer 1 (WO1) is the entry level. These individuals are experts in fields such as aviation, intelligence, or cyber operations. Chief Warrant Officer 2 (CW2) through Chief Warrant Officer 5 (CW5) represent increasing levels of expertise and leadership. A CW5 is a master-level technical authority, often advising commanders at the highest levels. Finally, we reach commissioned officers. These leaders are responsible for large-scale decision-making, planning, and command authority. Second Lieutenant O1 is the entry-level officer rank. Identified by a single gold bar, a second lieutenant usually leads a platoon of around 30 to 40 soldiers. They rely heavily on their platoon sergeant for experience and guidance. First Lieutenant 02 wears a silver bar. With more experience, they may continue leading a platoon or serve in staff roles. Captain 03 wears 2 silver bars. Captains command companies of 100 to 200 soldiers. They are responsible for training, logistics, operations, and the overall success of their unit. Major 04 wears a gold oak leaf. Majors serve as staff officers at battalion or brigade level. They focus on operational planning and coordination. Lieutenant Colonel 05 wearing a silver oak leaf typically commands a battalion of 301,000 soldiers. Colonel 06, symbolized by a silver eagle, commands brigades consisting of thousands of soldiers. Above them are the general officers. Brigadier General 07 wears 1 star and commands brigades or serves in high-level staff roles. Major General 08 wears 2 stars and commands divisions. Lieutenant General 09 wears 3 stars and commands corps. General 010 wears 4 stars and commands entire army commands or serves in top defense leadership roles. The highest possible rank is General of the Army, a 5-star rank. This rank has only been awarded during major wars, such as World War II. It is rarely used and represents the absolute pinnacle of military leadership. Rank in the Army is not about power alone. It is about responsibility. The higher the rank, the greater the burden. A private may be responsible for their rifle and their performance. A general may be responsible for tens of thousands of lives. Understanding these ranks helps you understand how the Army functions as a unified, disciplined force. Every stripe and star tells a story of sacrifice, experience, and leadership. Now that you understand the structure, let's dive deeper into what these ranks truly mean in daily life, on the battlefield, and behind the scenes. In the Army, respect for rank is immediate and automatic. When a private sees a sergeant, they stand straighter. When a lieutenant enters the room, conversations shift. When a general walks in, the atmosphere changes entirely. This is not fear, it is structure. The Army runs on clarity of authority. In combat, hesitation can cost lives. Rank eliminates confusion. For enlisted soldiers, progression is earned through time, performance, discipline, and demonstrated leadership. Promotion boards evaluate not just skill but character. A soldier must prove they can lead others before they are entrusted with higher rank. Non-commissioned officers are often called the backbone of the Army. Why? Because they translate officer plans into action. A captain may design the strategy, but it is the sergeants who ensure every soldier understands the mission and executes it correctly. Warrant officers are the quiet professionals. Many Army helicopter pilots are warrant officers. They may not command large units, but their expertise is unmatched. In technical warfare, cyber operations, and aviation, their skill can determine mission success. Commissioned officers carry strategic responsibility. A lieutenant learns to lead small groups. A captain learns to manage complexity. A major learns to think operationally. A colonel must think strategically. A general must consider politics, logistics, global alliances, and national objectives. The insignia themselves tell stories. Chevrons date back centuries. Oak leaves symbolize strength. Eagles represent national authority. Stars reflect the highest levels of command. Every design element carries tradition. Rank also shapes daily life. Housing, pay, responsibilities, and expectations all change with promotion. The climb is demanding. Leadership in the Army is tested constantly, physically, mentally, and morally. But rank is not permanent. It must be upheld. A leader who fails their soldiers loses credibility quickly. Respect in the Army is both given automatically by rank and earned daily by action. One of the most important aspects of Army rank is the chain of command. Orders flow downward. Information flows upward. A private reports to a team leader. The team leader reports to a squad leader. The squad leader reports to a platoon sergeant and lieutenant. This structured ladder ensures unity of effort. In wartime, this system becomes even more vital. Decisions must be made quickly. Soldiers must trust their leaders without hesitation. Rank provides clarity in chaos. The highest enlisted rank, Sergeant Major of the Army, serves as the voice of enlisted soldiers to the highest levels of Army leadership. Meanwhile, 4-star generals coordinate with the Department of Defense and even the President of the United States. It's also important to note that the Army evolves. Modern warfare includes cyber domains, space support, drones, artificial intelligence, and advanced intelligence networks. Yet the rank structure remains consistent, adapting roles but maintaining order. When you see a soldier in uniform, those symbols represent years of training, hardship, deployments, and sacrifice. A sergeant may have led soldiers through firefights. A captain may have made life or death decisions. A general may carry the weight of entire campaigns. Rank is not just hierarchy, it is accountability. From private to general of the army, every level matters. Remove one, and the structure weakens. Together, they form a disciplined force capable of defending a nation. And that is every U.S. Army rank explained clearly and powerfully. If you found this breakdown valuable, make sure you subscribe to her Battlefield Legacy. Drop a comment below and tell us where you're watching from. Are you in the US, Pakistan, the UK, somewhere else in the world? We'd love to know, because behind every stripe, every bar, every star, there is a legacy.